But for now, it's chairman of the board. Alright, so yes, like I said before, this is the one and only Carrot Top movie. And some people would say, thank goodness, it's the only one. But I am gonna give it like a relatively positive review. Because I couldn't help it, I kind of enjoyed it. Does it have its problems? Hell yeah, and a lot of them. But I'm gonna specifically compare this to Biodome. And Biodome, if you look up the internet ratings, it's considerably higher rated than Chairman of the Board. You see, on IMDb, Biodome has 4.5. And if you don't remember my review of Biodome last time, I gave it 2 out of 10 Doug's, and that's one of my lowest ratings, not my lowest, but I really didn't like it. Thank fuck it's the only Carrot Top movie. Yeah, exactly. It's the only one. I like pasta because they have no bones. Fuck a noodle cumber. Scatty, bring my scatty faster. Okay, anyway, back to this film. So yeah, Carrot Top. They decided to give him a movie. It's called Chairman of the Board. The reason I kind of like this movie is it's over the top, and the reason I like this more than Bow Down. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Carrot Top, or this movie, Chairman of the Board has only 2.3 out of 10 on IMDb. I think it's in the bottom 100, or it was at one point. I think they go by how many ratings are in it. So if something has more ratings, then it gets knocked out or something. But 2.3 is pretty bad. And honestly, it's a bad movie. Don't get me wrong. You're saying Chairman of the Board isn't a bad movie. It is. I'm sorry, but it is. But I kind of enjoyed it. You know, I recognize its faults, but I did enjoy it more than Bow Down. People just don't like Carrot Top. Well, that's part of it too, for sure. But I think Carrot Top is way more tolerable to me than Pauly Shore is. I'm saying it. I kind of even like his prop comedy, and that's a part of why I like this movie just a little more, is because it's got, fun props. It's got fun sets. It's like a live action cartoon. It starts off the movie with Carrot Top inside of his mother's womb, and there's a baby with a big orange wig. That's funny. Mr. Tiny Corn Dog, the booty quiver. What's up, Tiny Corn Dog, man? Welcome to the party. You get him a shout out. I'm clicking on you, Mr. Tiny Corn Dog, man. What's up? Are you a streamer? Do I follow you? I don't follow you, but you appear to be a streamer. Are you a streamer? There's no videos found. I just don't know. But if you want me to, we shout you out. We can shout you out again and make it actually work. But anyway, thanks for popping in, Mr. Tiny Corn Dog. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, party time. So, Carrot Top, the reason they were able to fit in the props, because if you don't know who Carrot Top is for some reason, he's by far the most famous prop comic, I would say. And that means he'll pull out a fish and be like, holy mackerel, or whatever. Something like that, prop-based comedy. And that's why this vehicle for the film, it makes sense, right? On paper, it makes sense, this movie. Put Carrot Top in it. He plays a wacky inventor, so he has all these prop gag inventions. And honestly, they're kind of funny. So Carrot Top has these really two dumb friends, Zach, and I don't remember the other one's name, but Zach it sounds like super dumb. He's doing a Shaggy, but to the nth degree, stoner surfer dude. He's doing that character, and that's what they are. They're all supposed to be surfers, not necessarily stoners, but Zach sounds like a stoner, that's for sure. I wish I had a Tiny Corn Dog. Yeah, just pooped in here. Hey, as long as you're watching, that's okay. Welcome to the party. We're all just shitting and watching me talk about Chairman of the Board with Carrot Top. I've got on the food, way hungry. Okay. Okay, I get you. I'm gonna eat food after this. You all are making me hungry. I'll probably make a fucking oven pizza or something. Anyways, I appreciate you, Mr. Tiny Corn Dog. But let's keep talking about this movie. So I'm gonna look it up on here. And movie is so hated just because Carrot Top is hated. But yeah, the premise is Carrot Top is trying to pay the rent basically, which is one of my problems with this movie. Is like, okay, it's been established that Carrot Top hasn't paid the rent for a while, and he has two roommates, and they paid it. They paid it once or something, and now it's Carrot Top's turn. I forgot. And then there's a point in the movie where Carrot Top's doing well, and he pays for a year in advance, but not. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like, the way that they do it, like they should be alternating the payments evenly, not like, okay, we're paying for 2 or 3 months and now Carrot Top's gonna pay for a whole year. Like, what sense does that make? Anyway, I digress a little bit, but I'm going to look up chairman of the board. So the lead actor, or the lead female actor in this, she was on Melrose Place, and I only know this because of the Norm Macdonald bit with him and Conan. And if you don't know what that is, type in Norm Macdonald, chairman of the board, spelled B-O-R-E-D, into YouTube. That's like, it's one of the funniest Norm Macdonald bits I've ever seen, I think. Chairman of the board. Let's look it up. IMDb. Let's go. Yeah, 2.3. That's rough. That's very rough. Let's see the cast here. We got Scott Carrot Top Thompson. You see, I didn't know his real name. And he plays Edison. That's another stupid thing. That's like, it's so obvious. It's like, he's an inventor. And his name is Edison. You know, like the great inventor. So that's kind of dumb. But again, I'm not saying this movie's like amazing. I'm just saying it's better than Biodome. That's all I'm saying. Courtney Thorne Smith, and I did kind of enjoy bits of it. I definitely enjoyed this more than Biodome. Courtney Thorne Smith is the woman who's the lead love interest in this film. So she left her job at Melrose Place to do this film, which is kind of funny. Fuck a carrot cumber, pizza carrots. Is this pre-beef? Is this pre-buff Carrot Top? It is pre-buff Carrot Top. This is Carrot Top when he was like in his prime, maybe? He was popular enough that they wanted to make a movie with him. So he must have, debatably was in his prime. He looks more normal in this movie than he does now, let's put it that way. Now, it's not the beefiness that looks weird about him now, it's more his like eyes look weird to me. I guess he uses eyeliner now. I don't know. Either way, he's scary to me now. But his bod was fine. Yeah, I agree. Like, you mean in this movie? In Sherman? Yeah, no, I agree. How many weeds did you do? Me? Did you ingest enough weed before Biodome? Oh yeah, I'm always high when I'm watching movies, man. But this sucked. I'm sorry. Did you watch my review? I can very quickly just say that it was so annoying. Shit like Stephen Baldwin biting the toenail off Pauly Shore. That made me so mad. It was so gross. Stuff like that I did not like. But yeah, I just didn't like it. You're allowed to like it, and I say that in the review. I always say that when I get mad at any movie. You're allowed to like it, but I'm allowed to not like it. Anyway, I did a bunch of weed. His name is Scott Thompson. It's true. Carrot Top, Scott Thompson. Scott Top, Carrot Top. Okay, that's enough. Carrot Bonito. Okay. Let's keep talking about chairman of the board. So yeah, Courtney Thorne Smith, she left her job on Melrose Place to do a movie with Carrot Top, and she was on Conan. Let's talk about this clip, because this clip has been seen more than people have seen this movie, but it's so funny, this clip. So they're on they're on the show, on the Conan show. You got Norm Macdonald, Andy Richter there. Andy Richter's always there, obviously. But then Norm Macdonald's the first guest, and then out comes Courtney Thorne Smith, and she's promoting chairman of the board with Carrot Top, and fuck, it's funny. Norm starts off by saying, well, Courtney Thorne Smith says, there's lots of making out, or something like that. There's lots of making out. It's like 9.5 months or something like that. Or I might be getting that wrong, but there's some show that's called something like that, and then Norm Macdonald made a joke, was like, maybe it's, you mean like 9.5 seconds. And then there's a pause, like, like premature ejaculation. His delivery is so good. Please watch that clip if you haven't. It's so funny. But the main part, they talk about chairman of the board. And yeah, even Norm is like, you left Melrose Place to do a movie with Carrot Top? And Conan's like, that's what I'm getting at here. Just let me build it up. And Courtney Thorne Smith, they're talking about the movie with Carrot Top, of course, chairman of the board. And Norm Macdonald says, I know what a good name for a movie with Carrot Top would be. Box Office Poison. and they're like, come on, Courtney's in it. It's like, what's the movie called? It's called Chairman of the Board. And then Conan's like, do something with that, Norm. I bet you can't. And he's like, I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D. And it's not. It's not spelled B-O-R-E-D. It's spelled B-O-A-R-D. But the joke is like a surfboard, I guess. And they do use the joke B-O-R-E-D later, because they're like, this must be the boardroom, because you guys all look super bored. Very funny stuff. But something else about that interview that's kind of funny is they talk to Courtney Thorne Smith, and they're like, okay, so is there lots of props in the movie? Because Carrot Top uses props. And she says no, that he doesn't. And there's so many props. He uses props in this movie. It's like the main point of the film, basically, is him to fucking use props. Like, did she forget? Did she not understand what that meant? The question meant? I don't know. That was weird. But yeah, what an interesting, like, I watched that one clip more than once. It's so funny. The Norm Macdonald, chairman of the board, spelled B-O-R-E-D. Look that up on YouTube if you get a second. Very funny. This is fun. I hope you're having fun. I'm glad. I'm having fun too for Tata's Burritos. But yeah, we're still talking about chairman of the board. So, yeah, it's not good, but it's not that bad. Like people are saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying it's slightly underrated. Very, very slightly underrated. Because it's 2.3. Come on. Should at least have a 4, maybe even a 5 on IMDb. In my opinion, I don't think this is that bad. But people hate Carrot Top so much, and that's what you get. But yeah, let's look at the cast. Larry Miller, he plays Bradford. So the plot. Let's talk about some more of the shit that's crazy about this movie. So there's a mailbox. A lot of these inventions, like, they're just a joke, but some of them don't even, like, do the thing they're intended to do. Like, there's a mailbox at the beginning of the film. Someone puts mail into it, and it's like a dog mouth mailbox, and like a robot dog mailbox, and it bites the mail and chews it all up. And it's like, what? What's the point? Like, your mail's ruined now. It's not a very good invention. But, so, let's talk about the plot. So, like I said, Carrot Top wants to be an inventor. That's, like, the main point of the film. But he can't get a job as an inventor. No one will hire him because his inventions are too wacky. So, he decides to just look for other jobs, and he's unsuccessful there, too. But then he sees an old man who needs help with his car. He helps him. They become friends. They go surfing. And then he immediately dies and is somehow able to create a video will, like, the next day or, like, in the next few hours or something, and include Carrot Top in the will and give him the whole big multi-million-dollar company. It's insane. But it is kind of funny. And not only that, he was able to make this video wheel so quick. He was also able to put production value into it. He had like his body get flown up with wings, CGI wings at the end of the video wheel. It's like, holy shit, this guy spared no expense. But yeah, oh my god, no one's ever redeemed this before. This is the first time anyone has used this one. So I have this book here. It's called The Book of Bizarre Truths. I got it for Christmas this year. So I'm literally just gonna open it up and start reading something from it. So this is called Sparks. You've always been told never to put metal in a microwave. Here's why. Microwave ovens work by permeating your food with microwave radiation. That sounds a little scary, but don't worry. We're not talking about the kind of radiation that give us giant lizards that stomped on Tokyo. Instead, this radiation excites the water molecules that make up a large portion of every kind of food we eat. The vibrating water molecules start to get hot, which in return heats the food. Simple so far, right? It gets a little trickier. Metal responds quite differently to the electromagnetic field that a microwave oven creates. Unlike water, which can absorb the microwave energy, metal reflects the radiation, and the energy of the electromagnetic field can also cause a charge to build up in metal, especially if metal is thin and pointy, like the tines of a fork. Is that how that's pronounced? Tines, teens? The handle of a takeout box or the decorative rim on your young Elvis commemorative plate. What the fuck? We're talking about this is why you don't put metal in a microwave. When enough of a charge builds up, all of that energy in the metal can help leap joyfully through the air. We see this leap as a spark, like a small-scale bolt of lightning. That's when they put the metal in the microwave. These arcs of electricity are more likely to emanate from sharp edges like the tines of a fork or the ridges of a crumpled aluminum foil. A solid object with no sharp edges should be okay. Okay, that's interesting. So if it's something that's not crumpled or have sharp edges, interesting. Because any electrical charge that develops is more likely to spread itself around evenly. We're learning about microwaves. But even then, there's danger. The metal could reflect. Okay, still don't put metal in a microwave in general. The metal could reflect the microwave radiation back at the magnetron tube that creates the electromagnetic field. This could damage the magnetron tube, and then you'd be stuck with a useless microwave. So here's an equation for you. Metal plus microwave equals really bad. Stick to zapping food only. There you go. That's your bizarre truth. But I'm damn diddy. That was the first. I just opened up first thing up. But yeah, chairman of the board. So I didn't talk about Larry Miller yet. He's like the villain. He's the one who's supposed to get the money and all this stuff, but Carrot Top gets it because he's a dreamer, and Larry Miller only cares about money. But he probably is more competently running the business, but he is awful to his employees and stuff. So I don't know. I can't help but I've seen some reviews where they're like, "Well, Larry Miller is he's clearly doing a better job." Yeah, but he's also like being awful to the employees. So I still think we should like Carrot Top a little more. Does giving all of the employees a luau day to make up for taking their money maybe not make that much sense? Maybe, but it makes sense enough because they also explain, I'm giving you stocks instead of giving you a raise. It makes just enough sense, that part. Some of it doesn't, but that part to me made just enough sense. And the luau thing, like, it's goofy, but it's kind of funny. Let's make a luau Wednesday. Have you ever tried to put something different in the microwave? What do you mean, spaghetti? Anyway. Ooh, ratio. Back to this film. So Raquel Welch is in this movie too. She plays Grace Kosick, and her role, she's not in it very much, but a few scenes. Her role is she's the one who's offering to buy the company from Larry Miller. And Larry Miller is really funny. If you don't know him, he's in lots of stuff. He's the principal in Max Keeble's Big Move. For some reason, that's the only thing I'm thinking of, but he is in other stuff. If you look up Larry Miller, you'll be like, oh yeah, that guy. That bald, funny guy. He's good. He plays Bradford McMillan in this, but yeah, Raquel Welch is trying to buy the company from Larry Miller, but Larry Miller doesn't have access to it because Carrot Top's the CEO or the chairman or whatever. So he has a plan that in the will, apparently it states that if the stock price goes to a certain point, then Carrot Top is no longer the CEO or chairman or whatever, and then Larry Miller will become, and that happens at one point. But I gotta talk about the TV dinners with TVs inside of them. So that's like the invention that he thinks of that supposedly is gonna save the company, and it does, sort of. Sort of a silly idea, but I think it works for the movie. It's sort of goofy. They have different flavors of the TV dinner, mashed potatoes and carrots or something like that, and it's spelled like mashed TV show. Get it? Haha. But anyways, yeah. So the idea, and it doesn't make any sense. Like these are cheaper. They're only $2.20 more than a regular TV dinner, but you get a TV with this one, so it's like, of course, it's the better deal. And the food, like it's self-heating. But wouldn't if it's self-heating, it would make the TV screen all gross. There's a few little things I was like, okay, it doesn't it makes sense, but it's kind of a funny idea. And honestly, I kind of liked it, but there's a point. I couldn't help but kind of like that idea. It's for joke-wise, it's kind of funny. It's not very practical, is what I'm saying. But there's also another one of the inventions, the bowl shirt, which comes into it later. It's a lie detector T-shirt, or just a shirt, I guess. It's not a T-shirt. It's a long sleeve tee, I guess. But yeah, this movie is pretty not good, but it's also not that bad in my opinion compared to how it's being slandered. I really don't think it's that bad. But yeah, what else to say about this? Chairman of the board, I think I might rate it. I'm trying to think. Was there oh yeah, there was one other thing that I want to say. So glow gunk is another invention that they say he invents, but it's really just glow paint, which already exists. Well, whatever. But there's a point in the plot, which is kind of silly, where he's rubbing this, you see it's just glow paint. We find out that's what it is. It's glow paint. He didn't invent that also, but whatever. Point is, Larry Miller, he sees Edison Carrot Top's book of all his different inventions, and he takes the glow gunk one, I guess, and he hires some guy to say that these TV dinners with the TVs in them that Edison made, that they're making him glow like radiation, but it's just the glow gunk, we find out later. But this is pretty dumb, because it's like, why didn't they do any tests to see if he's actually radioactive and not just fucking paint on him? It's non-toxic. Carrot Top says it's non-toxic later, and it also takes so long for him to even deduce it. Like it really doesn't make sense. It's just sort of like to the convenience of the plot, but again, still better than Biodome. This movie is not good, but it's not that bad. I'm gonna wrap it up though. Check it out. It's on Tubi. So is Dances with Wolves. That's the other movie I reviewed this week. Check it out on the interwebs. Tubi. Tubi. It's all on there. Oh, why am I erasing the title already? I'm gonna put it back. Unbelievable me. Chairman of the board. I'm gonna give it 5. Solid 5. Because I don't really feel good giving it higher than that or lower than that, because I didn't hate it. I kind of enjoyed it. And I have to really hate something to give it below 5 out of 10. So I'm giving it straight up 5 out of 10. Let's put on a beat. This is Sugar Daddy Jones instrumental. Oh yeah. Chairman of the board, 5 out of 10. I think it's better than Biodome. I stand by that, even if I am in the minority with this. Stevie agrees with me, though. 5 out of 10, Chairman of the board, the one and only Carrot Top movie. But if you're going to watch one thing regarding it, watch the interview with Norm Macdonald and the lead actress. Norm Macdonald, Chairman of the board, spelled Bored, on YouTube. Check that out. But yeah, 5 out of 10, Chairman of the board. Hell yeah.